Hi, this is Rachelle, and this is The Backyard. It's a show that's bound to make you feel empowered, inspired, and uplift you to your highest level of greatness. Hi, this is Rachelle. I am excited to welcome you to the Backyard Chat with Rachelle virtual series. I am thrilled to be back. It's been a while, but this is our season number 3 and we're going virtual. So it's excited to be able to do that and bring on some amazing powerhouse women to join me in this journey to actually inspire you, motivate you, and empower you to actually take action in your life, because most of us have gone through several different ups and downs in our journey, and we are here, we're able to talk about it, and we are successful in what we do. Today, we're starting with the amazing Nathalie Marc-Charles Arias. She is a career coach, human resource professional, and today she's going to talk to us about her journey as a whole so that you can get some inspiration to take action in your life today. So without further ado, I will introduce Nathalie Marc-Charles so she could do even more of introduction of herself. Nathalie, how are you? Welcome to the Backyard Virtual. How are you here?
Thank you, Rachel. I'm so happy to be here with you today to talk about my career journey and trajectory, the ups and downs, the good, the bad, the ugly. So thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Nathalie, so the backyard is designed for us to have conversations. So we're going to let loose, and we're going to just feel free and really let people know, hey, we are average women, right? Meaning average in the sense that we're not celebrities, but we're celebrities in our own ways and within our own home, for ourselves and our community, because we are impacting lives just like the next one. And my goal through this backyard is so that especially the younger generation, they can feel that they too can take some strong action to make a significant difference in life, in their lives and others as well. So in your process of becoming who you are in terms of your career, was it always your path? Was it human resource? Was it always what you wanted to do?
Not necessarily. I always knew, Rachel, that I wanted to help people, but in a way that used my skill set, right? I'm very much a people person. And initially I thought psychology was the way to go. And so I went to undergrad and I took my first course in psychology and immediately decided that that was not the path that I wanted to go into. But I still wanted a career trajectory that was working with people, empowering people. And so I chose human resources, right? Because at the time it was just the other, for me at least, it was just the other path to go to that would allow me to help others. And my school did not have a human resources major. So I ended up majoring in management, but I did all of my internships in human resources in different work environments just to make sure that that was the path that I wanted to be in. And then from there, it kind of snowballed into becoming a career coach.
And now that you are a career coach, right? I mean, so you said it's reminiscent so much of my path as well. You get in. This is the beauty of going to college, I think. I think everybody should go to college if they have an option, because it really gives you the opportunity to explore so many different things. And the things that you thought you wanted and what actually is two different things. And it's reminiscent to my story, where I went to school I always knew I wanted a psychologist like you. And I was discouraged by my parents, specifically my father, said, hey, this doesn't bring any money, you shouldn't, whatever. So I followed suit, and I was just I majored in economics. Really? So, But the beauty of college, it allows you to explore other core classes. And then the more I explore the core class, I'm so not aligned with this. This is more me. And psychology was the class I had to take. Philosophy was class I had to take. I think religion, a lot of the aspect. And at the time I was also working in a mental health institution. So it would really help me to, okay, this is really what I need to do. Right. And with that, right, comes with the relationship that you may or may not have with your parents if they have a strong hold on you, because at some point you need to let them know you're changing majors because they're paying.
That's one of the things that I've realized in my career, because the way that I work is I work with working mothers, right, who are trying to get ahead in their professional careers, but also raising their families, right? And I'm seeing a lot of clients going through career transitions at our age, right? So, a lot of women between 35 and 45 are reevaluating what they want to do. And that really, I believe, is a result of having been influenced, because I don't want to say forced, they've been influenced to go into these career paths that our parents understood or that society understood, right? So it was, you can either be a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer, so there was not, but now that we're looking at all these different opportunities, the world has changed. There's technology involved. There's so much more that you can do with your skill set. So people are starting to really go back and reevaluate who they are, what they want to be doing truly, right? With the rest of their lives, especially in their career. So we're seeing a lot of people really pivoting in their careers, similar to what I had to do when I was in human resources for very, very, very long. I won't say the amount of time, so I don't want to age myself. But I for 8 years, I lived in Haiti. I just recently moved back. And I realized that the world of HR that I knew, that I loved, was not exactly what I had encountered in Haiti. So I was pretty much needed to pivot how I functioned. And so I had to really evaluate, what was it about HR that I loved so much? And it was the part about professional development, empowering others to reach the level of success that they want, right? Because the way I see success may not be the way you're seeing success. And so I realized that was the part that I wanted to do. And I took an assessment that encouraged me to go down that path. And I used the skills that I knew I had as an HR professional to help people find the careers that are suitable for them and that bring them alignment between their work and their home life, because essentially that's what it is. We shouldn't be working thinking that that's all there is, right? Even though I'm a career coach and that's what I do, I don't want you to think that your career is your life. I don't want your career is everything. Your career is a part of your life. And so it has to be happy.
Hi, I am Rachelle, Sylvain, and I'm happy to be able to interrupt this wonderful broadcast to talk to you about two major things. I want to let you know that my energy book is available to you, and I encourage you to check it out. Why? Because we all need to start the process of discovery. It is key to get to know who you truly are from the core, understanding what you want and why it matters. My energy can be found at my website, www.rachelsylvain.com. And it's a 7-step process to self-discovery. It's a do-it-yourself. If you don't know how to start your process, get this book. It will get you started. And if you want to talk more about it, feel free to reach out to me through the website, www.rachelsylvain.com. And the other great thing is that I have this amazing service available to you. I encourage you to check out my Power Boost. We all have moments where we feel down, unmotivated, stuck, cannot get clarity as to what we need to do, and not having the creativity to continue our day. Sometimes we just need to let it out, talk to someone, try to shift our mindset and move through the day with more clarity and more positivity. I encourage you to check out my Power Boost. It's a 90 minutes where you will get unstuck, mind shift, and get a plan in place for you to continue your day and your activity the way you intended to. Don't hesitate, go out there and continue to watch it broadcast, because it's meant for you to get inspired, motivated, and uplifted. Until next time. So let me ask you, now you mentioned you were in Haiti, you pivoted, now you're you're in the States. And so your mom, right? You're married with your mom. You have all these hats that you're carrying, right? And how are you managing it all?
It was a transition, right? It's not easy because I'm not going to say that I came back to the US and, everything fell into place. It was a process. And I'll be very honest, the first 2 months that I was here, I tried to work while trying to transition with my kids, being supportive because we understand how mental health is a serious topic, right? And so I didn't want them having just left the home that they knew, coming into a new space, feeling emotions that I was not there to help them go through. And so I literally took 2 months off so that I did not have to manage that. But that's a privilege that I had, that I was able to do that. And so one of the things that really saved me was using my organizational skills to manage my life and my kids' life. Yes, I'm a mom, but I'm a mom to 3 boys. I think that kind of like raises the bar, right? And so it's, we have soccer, we have after school activities, we have a lot of things that need to be managed. Every day is not simple, but I'm able to manage it because I have a support system that is so important.
Yes.
If you think that you can do this alone, that's why we live in communities. That's why we have friends. That's why we have families. So you need that support. So find the people that are going to be there and support you. And I'm not saying support you to go pick up the kids.
Yeah.
Support you emotionally. Support you when you're in a bind. That's the kind of support that we need as working mothers, especially in the daily life. And just making sure that you're organized in the way that you live that life, right? And you talk about that work-life balance. I actually don't believe that you can reach that work-life balance because when even the word balance forces you to think of work as 50% and home life as 50%. But then where are you in this equation, right? Work, life, where's time for Nathalie?
Yeah.
And so you need to think about aligning the work that you do with the life that you're wanting to live, in as a result of that. And so I think that the pandemic has forced us to think about those things, to slow down, and to make sure that what we're doing in terms of work is valuable to us, brings us happiness. A lot of women that I work with are saying, I make really good money, but I don't believe in the product that my company sells. I want to be able to do something that I'm fully passionate about, that I'm fully motivated by. And so, I think that self-awareness is key as well as working moms, making sure that you know who you are, what your triggers are, what stresses you out, right? Some people, they can have a very busy schedule and that doesn't faze them. And some people, a busy schedule sends them into a spiral. And so you have to get self-aware enough to know exactly what it is that you can and cannot do, and say it, right? We all have needs and we all have, right? We sometimes think that we have to be super women, super moms.
And that's the truth.
Pressure, right?
And that's the truth. So, you said so much, and it's like, I totally agree with you. We use the word, I tend to love to use the word alignment, and with that brings fulfillment, right? So when you get to understand these elements about yourself and you get to understand the things that triggers you, the things that brings you joy, then you get to the space where you could create an aligned life, but also that brings you the fulfillment that you're seeking out there. So like what you just said is so powerful. And so in your journey, so you are, you went to college, you pivot to human research because of what you wanted to do. You ended up moving, got married, kids, moved to Haiti, you created your path, you came back. So now you are trying to establish your business now where you are. Any challenges that you have faced that you had to overcome, but yet you can draw from and makes you who you are today?
Absolutely. I think that one of the biggest challenges that I faced was when I was transitioning from being just a human resource executive into becoming a career coach, right? Because I had already established a reputation as the HR consultant, right? And so pivoting into that world was very difficult. It was very scary. And you go through imposter syndrome, right? Like, how do I really use my HR experience to help other women find the career path that they're seeking, right? And so a lot of challenges were around not wanting to show up, right, and say, yes, I'm a career coach. So all of my clients came as referrals. It was never something that I marketed. I was nervous about it. I was nervous to tell people, I'm going to change careers, because you get the naysayers, the people saying, yes, but you're earning you're making money doing HR. People know you as HR. You're so good at it. But just because I'm good at it doesn't mean that that's what I want to continue doing. Yeah. Right? I want to continue doing other things that motivate me and motivate others, that makes me realize that I have a direct impact on individuals.
What you're saying here reminds us, kind of, be careful who you ask advice from, and who you allow to just give you advice, because some people choose to give you advice without you asking.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, and we, I'm from Haiti, and that's part of our culture, right? It's like, I'm just going to tell you what I think you need to be doing. And you should
be like, but I didn't ask you, but okay. Exactly. And to be able to be in the mindset to be able to process, okay, I didn't ask one, but with those that I did ask, what part of it am I keeping? What am I removing based on where you are in your journey at the moment? So that could
be. But also realizing, Rachel, that people give you advice from their point of view.
Yes.
From their experience, right? Yes. So going back to what we were talking about with our parents had a set of views, right? Mm-hmm. And they may not know that there are new career trajectories, right? They may not understand what a developer does. Yeah. They don't understand what a brand ambassador is. Mm-hmm. But what they know is doctor, engineer, lawyer. Yeah. And so these are the things that are stable that you should go into. So they're giving you advice, and it's not a bad thing, right? It's just understanding where people are coming from. Mm-hmm. And they have good intentions. It's not that they're trying to make you unhappy.
Yes. And that's the piece of growth, right? And this is a piece of the self-discovery, getting to know who you are, really understanding life as a whole. Because when you take a 360 look at where you were and where you are and the lessons learned, you also put into perspective in terms of who taught you these things, right? And at what level were they informed to be able to share this information with you. So now you take pieces of what was taught to you and say, okay, I'm not going to blame them fully, because they came at the level that they knew how. And because of that, I'm giving them grace and understand that was at that level. Now that I'm growing on a different level, our perspectives are different, but it doesn't mean they were wrong, because at the space where they were coming from, it was right for them. And it takes a lot for a perspective, right? For anyone to get to that mindset, to not so much get to the blaming of others, and more understanding and appreciating what they were trying to do at the time, even though you may not agree with it, or maybe they fell short in a lot of different ways, because you could have got hurt or whatever that came out of it throughout this experience, but it came at the space of their limited abilities. Exactly. Nathalie, thank you so much for joining me. And we could sit here for hours.
We have
conversation. But before we leave, 2 questions. I would love for you to definitely tell the audience more about what you do. What is Uplift Your Career? Where they can find you? And the last piece is, what advice can you leave anyone with?
For sure. So you can find me on Instagram at Uplift Your Career. And you can find me on LinkedIn, which is my favorite professional platform. And you can just search me by name, which is Nathalie Marc-Charles. And so I think that the best advice that I can say to people, especially working mothers, trying to balance or align their lives with their work, is to become self-aware. Figure out what it is that what your strengths are, what your needs are, what you're interested in, and also what environments are the best environments for you to live the life that you want to live. So become self-aware and learn about how to communicate what you are, your value, your needs to others around you so that you can get exactly what you need from your partner, from your children, from your coworkers, right? Because that's where it starts, self-awareness. So that's what I would tell the audience today.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing. And I'm so excited we had the opportunity to come together and do this because this is the very first episode and we did it. So, the audience, those of you listening, this is what I have to share with you. I encourage you, based on what you just heard, I encourage you to not sit on your intentions and act on your intentions. We will all have intention, things that we want to do, things we want to achieve, places we want to be, people we want to call. If something is holding us back from doing it, I encourage you to break through that and take inspired action. Make it come from your heart, make it come from pure space, and to take the action you need to improve, to get to the next stage that you are destined to be, because you have what it takes and it resides within you. So I encourage you to go out there, take this information, process it, go back and look where in your life you need to make some improvement, right? And what you need to do, tap into Nathalie. You want to change your career, you need to just, you're a mother, I don't know, you're a different stage in your life. You feel like there's something you need to do because where you are is not where you want to remain, but you don't know how to go about doing it. Tap into Nathalie. She would definitely encourage you and guide you how to shift your career path to the path that you are, that's aligned with who you are and that you're destined to be. So this is the Backyard Chat with Rachelle, virtual. We did it. I'm so excited we were able to complete this. And Nathalie, once again, thank you very much. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. This is the Backyard Chat with Rachelle. Thank you.
Bye.
Hi, this is Rachelle, and this is The Backyard. It's a show that's bound to make you feel empowered, inspired, and uplift you to your highest level of greatness.